Hello and welcome to my top 10 old games that I used to play and like playing, and you can still play them. 1. Fable The Lost Chapter, or Fable The Anniversary, depending on which one you have. They're both the same, just one's has better updated graphics. That game I really love to play. RPG style. You get to. You know what? I'm just gonna put a little bit of gameplay on the screen somewhere. Second game, Overlord 2. Wait, shit, no. Sorry. 2. Overlord, not the anime, the actual game. Bing! Or Overlord 2, this is a sequel as well to it. Overlord is my second favourite game because, well, you get to control minions and actually beat the bad guy because it persuades you to beat the bad guy. Or you can beat a neutral guy, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, you can get to control your minions, and you get 4 different types of minions: browns, greens, blues, and reds. Reds are my favourite because they could just throw fire and constantly burn everything. But browns are basically your backbone. You're going to need them because you're weak as fuck. Game 3. Legendary. I'm not sure if it's Legends or Legendary, but I'm pretty sure it's the game is called Legendary and it's spelled Legendary. If you know how to spell it, good for you. I don't, so I'm just going to put the game up here and the gameplay, if it's possible for me to record the gameplay of it. It's a little hard for me because you will understand why if you try to record it. Anyway, it's a very old game, and I haven't played the PC port until recently, and it doesn't have actual save files. It does autosave for you, so once you reach a certain checkpoint, that's your save point. So don't restart a new game because it will just override the save. You don't want to do that. Anyway, that is a fantastic game. The storyline can get a little confusing, but basically, you get hired to do a job, and somehow the job gets fucked up. And it'll be the end of the world if you don't do anything right. Now, that explanation done, we go on to my 4th favourite game, Fallout New Vegas. Or Fallout 3. But Fallout New Vegas is my favourite, but I got a bit bored of it because I pretty much explored everything. That's why I prefer Fallout 3, because I haven't got a chance to explore everything. For some reason I just meaning to do so, but end up getting caught onto the story. Where with Fallout New Vegas, I got pretty much to explore everything and play the DLCs as well that came with it. But it's a good game. Fallout New Vegas is somewhere around here, and the gameplay is somewhere around here. Now, with that done, we'll move on to number 5. Whew! This one is a game I used to play a lot, and I mean a lot. You got character customization like Fable, Fallout, like those two games, you also have character customization in this one. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. A very old game, like literally old game, probably older than the first four I mentioned, but a fantastic game. It is a turn-based game, but you don't have to rely on dice rolls like Baldur's Gate, so you don't have to rely on luck. And when I say turn-based, it kind of is like turn-based but not turn-based at the same time. I'll put some gameplay up here so you understand what it is, and the game is going to be here. Anyway, this is set years and years and years before the actual Star Wars films. So, yeah. Now, on to favorite game 6. Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2. Yes. They released the console versions on the PC recently, and a lot of people are having complaints about it, but me personally, I find it enjoyable, but I don't play the multiplayer mode, so I can't really say much about it. So, I do play all the single player modes, and it seems kinda good, to be honest. But I never played the multiplayer, and I think that's where most of the problems lie with the game. That's why the reviews are so negative. So, if I was you, just look at single player gameplay and multiplayer gameplay, and if you just want the multiplayer, then don't buy it. If you want the single player though, where I think it shines the best, then do buy it. It's very good. Now, gameplay. Now, number 7. Portal 1 and 2. Play the first one first, or you're going to get confused by the second one in certain things. I played it backwards, so you don't have to play number 1 if you don't want to, but number 1 is there if you need it. You know, why not? Gameplay. Yeah, this one takes a lot of brains that I don't have. That's why I installed Opera GX in my head. Anyway, next is my 8th favorite game. Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. People say Mass Effect 2 is their favorite. Me personally, it's number 1, but that's mostly because I prefer the politics side of it as well, where you don't get much of that in number 2. But that's just me, you know, because I haven't seen like politics in certain games like this. So yeah, I just prefer number 1 over number 2. But I prefer number 2 over number 3. Like, number 3 is a bit... I would say play Mass Effect Andromeda, but nah, I can't recommend that. Gameplay. Now we move to number 9. Command and Conquer. Whichever edition of the Command and Conquers you play them. I played Command and Conquer Tiberian Wars, Command and Conquer Kane's Wrath, Command and Conquer Red Alert 3. Those 3 Command and Conquer games I love a lot. I can't really describe the gameplay to you properly, so I'm just gonna show it. This is the game! Anyway, I'm gonna give you a minute or two to show you what these can do, because I can't explain much about them, so... Basically, I just remember something. It's basically a construction game. You build up your base, you build up your army, then you send in your destruction force. It's a good game. It's a strategy game, so you're going to need a lot. You're going to need a lot of Opera GXs or Google Drives, depending on which one is quicker. On to my last favorite game, Skyrim. I play this a lot, like probably more times than all the other games I mentioned on here. Like Skyrim, I played that. I have more hours on Skyrim than I did years of my life. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but you get the point. We all know what Skyrim is. It's been re-released about 1,100,000 billion times by now. No, I'm not kidding. But it has been released quite a lot. And you have loads of editions. I played the original Skyrim, like from the very first Skyrim as soon as it released, to the very recent edition. Well, actually, to the second recent edition. And I still find it good. It's probably one of Bethesda's best games they ever made yet. Some people would say that The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion would be their favourite game that they ever played. I played some of that, but to me it can't compare to Skyrim. But if you prefer the one before Skyrim, then so be it. You prefer the one before Skyrim. I prefer this one. I prefer Skyrim. So, gameplay, I won't be showing much of it because, well, you know, everybody knows about Skyrim, but for those who don't, Skyrim is a solid choice to play. Like, I would recommend you should play. Now, with all that said and done, I will hope that you try out these games. And before I leave, or before you leave, I got a challenge for you. Put down suggestions of games you want me to play or try out that have English in it, because I can't speak any other language or understand any other language. Mouse and keyboard is not preferred type of controls, but I will use them if it's the only way I could play a certain game. But I would prefer if it has like a controller port to it, even if it's partially controller accessible. Let me know in the comments below. With just the name of the game. No links, just the name of the game. And then I will do my best to search it up, see if to see if I can get it in my own country, and so on and so forth, blah 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 blah. with all that said and done, I bid you adieu. It feels weird not saying this. Goodbye, farewell, and I'll see you all next time.